It's nothing like being in the green room. Let me say hello to the panel. What's going on, panel? Give me a little energy. Push out and give me a little
What's
energy for all
up?
those
What's
folks who are just
up?
showing up. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show. It's all about 3 words today, and that is make it happen. And I don't know what you got to make happen in your life. I'm not sure if you got to make your finances happen, if you got to make your relationship happen, if you got to make your business happen, if you got to make your sex life happen, if you got to make your finance happen. I don't know what it is for you, but they can do one thing. They can help you make it happen. But it's not about me. It's all about them. So let me tune in, and I know y'all all looking like, what's going on? And let me find out who are we talking to, and let me find out what they're up to. So I'm going to start off with the one and only Trina, and I'm going to ask Trina to tell us who is Trina, where is she broadcasting from, and more importantly, what is she up to these days? What's going on, Trina? How you doing?
Hello, hello, hello. I am Trina L. Martin. I am in Houston, Texas. I am an author, speaker, I'm a coach, and I am a recently retired U.S. Naval officer.
All right. Well, thanks so much for serving. We certainly appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Take a moment, if you can, and tell the folks who are listening, what is the name of your chapter, and why did you decide now to share your message with the world?
The name of my chapter is Pressure Pushing You into Purpose. And I decided to do my chapter because I have been through so many things in my life, and times when I thought that the pressure was going to kill me. When I look back, I realized that it was just getting me closer and closer to the purpose that God has for me. And that's why I decided to share my story, because I want to share with everyone out there that no matter what you're going through, and even though sometimes you get knocked down, get back up, because you never know what's on the other side. So don't stop going.
Don't stop going. I love it. As Jean is listening over there, and she's listening to you say the word purpose, I'm going to ask Jean, when she hears that word purpose, I'm curious, what goes through her mind? Jean, talk to us.
Hey, what's up? So when I hear the word purpose, that automatically I think, what am I supposed to be doing? I am here. I was created for a reason, for a purpose to carry forth, the creator's will. So when I hear the word purpose, it's like, okay, what is it I'm supposed to be doing, and where am I supposed to end up at?
Okay, I love it. Can't wait to hear about making it happen. Thanks for sharing. We're going to go over to the one and only Gina up on the other side, and we're going to ask Gina if she'll tell us, number one, her name. I told you her first name, but she does have a last name, by the way, where she's broadcasting in from, and more importantly, what is she up to these days?
I am Gina Hitchens. I am currently living in Mobile, Alabama. I am a speaker, trainer, financial planner, and success coach. And I help people either become or remain successfully unemployed. And that is my purpose and my calling, and I absolutely love it.
I love it.
And
Mobile,
my
Alabama.
book chapter is Smart Women Finish Strong. Start strong, stay strong, finish strong.
Wow. It's only fair I ask the same question, which is, why did you write that chapter? Why now?
Pretty much the same as the other co-author mentioned. Just throughout life, just circumstances come at you fast, and came at me pretty fast. It's always been a part of my purpose and my calling. And now I just felt it was my time to use my voice and share my story to help other women. And I am from that financial background that you spoke of a minute ago. So it's time to work on getting that start strong finish. And as smart women, we got what it takes. Everything we need is in our hands.
Love
and
it.
we just
Love
need to use our voice and step in it and walk with it and make it happen.
Love what I'm hearing. Thank you so much for sharing. I can't wait. We'll go over to one and only Jonathan and ask Jonathan, tell us, Jonathan, your name, and more importantly, tell us where you're from and what you're up to these days.
Yes, my name is Jonathan Haynes. I'm a gospel award-winning recording artist. I own 3 successful businesses, and I'm from Gulfport, Mississippi. And I'm truly grateful to be a part of the Make It Happen Anthology. And my title is Overcoming Tragedy to Get to My Destiny.
Ooh, okay. Tell us about that. Award winning. Can you hear the voice, ladies and gentlemen? Can I get a little voice? Can I make it happen like that? I love it. I love it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Take a moment and just tell us. I asked the other folks the same question. Why that chapter? Why now?
It's been a passion of mine. I have overcome suicide. I tried to commit suicide 3 times from severe depression, and people kept asking me to write a book, and I knew it was my purpose and season until I knew when I seen Kearn write it the first time saying, "Make it happen." And that title just took me right to it to know that it was time to tell people how you can make it happen no matter the obstacles or trial that comes your way.
Wow, I love it. The topic is make it happen. That's what it's all about, by the way. The anthology, they'll be talking about the chapters they're in. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Those folks that are out there, you should tune in because they will change your life if you let them. Let me say it again. Make it happen will change your life if you let it. We're going to go over to the one and only Jean and let Jean tell us, number one, what her name is, where she's broadcasting. Y'all know what's going to happen right now, where she's broadcasting from, okay, and what is she up to? Talk to us, Jean.
Hey, so I am Jean Turner. I am broadcasting from Hotlanta, Georgia. I am a registered nurse, a holistic health nurse coach, an author, an international speaker, newly retired Army Nurse Corps officer. There's so much more about me, and a former marathon runner, and the host of Health Chat with Coach Jean radio and podcast shows. And so the title of my chapter is The Resilience to Make It Happen.
The resilience to make it happen. I love it. Thank you so much for serving. Thanks for running the marathon. I've been there 5 times, so I get it. And all the training that you're doing. Take a moment, if you would, and tell the folks, when you hear the word resilience, it means different things to different people. It really does. So when you say the word resilience in about 60 seconds, what does that even mean? For us folks that went to D.C. public schools, we want to know. Talk to us.
So to me, resilience means drawing on that innate or that inborn strength that the Creator has placed on the inside of you to overcome any and all obstacles, to overcome any challenge that you are facing. That's what resilience is from Coach Jean.
I love it. I love what I'm hearing. Karen Cherry, we got to go show. We got to get ready to go in a few moments here, but take a moment and take about 60 seconds and tell us why you decided to pull this project, Make It Happen, and what the audience should expect, because coming up as soon as we get going, because we got to get out of this green room, they're going to share the stories, they're going to share the message, and they're going to share lessons that folks can walk away with. Not only will change their life, but impact their families, change their communities, and make a really a bigger difference in the world. Why'd you come up with this anthology, Karen? Talk to us.
So, Shay, as I often tell people, I'm not really a person who enjoys and thrives off of writing, but seems like God wants me to be doing book projects. So this particular book, Make It Happen, I've actually had this title for a long time, but I didn't know if it was the right one to do this time. But God gave me confirmation. After Jonathan joined on board, I was like, am I supposed to do this? Because, people aren't responding. So I was sitting on Facebook one morning. I'm not a morning person. But anyway, that being said, God sent over on Facebook, and he shall make it happen. Isaiah 60:22. And then I went to Google. It was all over Google. So it was confirmation that this is what I needed to put out. And this is the book project that needed to go forward. And thus, after that, he started sending me authors. And so there are 30 of us sharing our story in this book project. You'll see them on a lot of platforms and coming on and talking to people like you, Shay. So we're excited to be here. Yay!
Well, it is an honor and a privilege, a treat and a trust. Everybody say, we got a show. We got to get going. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a show. We're going to get going in 5. It's my favorite part. They're going to change your life. 4, 3, 2, I know, 1. We're out of here. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there. And they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission really is to provide you. That's right, you the entrepreneur, you the single mom, the single dad, the married person, you with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I always like to start every episode with reminding folks of a core belief that I believe that you have 3 visions, by the way. I believe first, you have a vision for yourself. See, there's a certain way that you want to live. There's a certain home that, well, you want to be in. There's a certain car and organic food that you want to eat. And it takes resources. It takes revenue. You got to make that a reality some way, somehow. You got to make it happen, which we'll talk about. And then there's a second vision you have. You have a vision for your loved ones, the ones that you care the most about. Some of you are watching right now need to make it happen because you want to send your kids to a school of your choice. Others of you like me, Mother dear, she's 74 years old, and I have the pleasure of going out and seeing her. She's 15 minutes down the road. We just took her to get her second shot. Y'all know what the shot is, right? The second shot. And we just got a chance to do that, and she was ordering stuff on Amazon on the phone while we're driving. How many know the Amazon card is still connected to my account? Every time she's loving Amazon the last 8-9 months. She said, oh, this is so much fun. I got to change this account. You got to show me how to do this. I hadn't stopped her from ordering stuff, by the way. I was like, go ahead, brother. What do you need, a humidifier? I mean, all these years you never had a humidifier, but whatever you want, okay? But some of you, in all seriousness, you want to write a check for a cause you believe in. And it takes resources. And then the third vision I believe you have is you have a vision for those people you were called to serve, and you've got to make it happen. Now, I always like to share the story of Noah in the Bible. And you don't have to be a believer, although I'm a believer, but you don't have to be one. But imagine Noah. He's in the Bible, right? And he had this big vision from God. He had all the expertise from God. And he could have said, you know what? I'm good. Let me get a little small boat over here, put a couple chickens in there, a couple goats. Some of y'all want some hog in there. I get it. And he could have been just fine with the family and some other folks, okay? But no. He had a vision. He said, I got to do what I'm called to serve. And imagine before Noah got started, just imagine for a moment that there was a knock at the door. Someone said, yo, Noah. They did say yo back in the day, by the way. Yo, Noah, there's a problem over here. There's no hammers in the house. Noah says, no big deal, ain't no hammers. I'm cool with that. Boom, boom, boom. What is it now? No, I thought I'd show up and report that there are no nails either. No hammer, no nails. Rule number 1, we don't panic. And then someone says, Noah! All the way in the back. He's like, what is going on? Yes. Hey, Noah, I might as well let you know there's no people and there's no wood to put the boat together. Good luck on this mission. And maybe that's you right now. You need to make it happen. You got the experience. You got the expertise. You believe. But the message you're going to hear today is going to help you make it happen, not for yourself, but for someone else. So with that being said, let me welcome all the Make It Happen authors. And Kearn, for all the authors out there, give me a hand. Give me a little love. Give me a little love. Say hello to all the don't clap. They can't see you clapping. They can't hear you, but they can see the energy. So we're going to get started, and we're going to start with the one and only Trina. Don't worry. I'm going to ask her name again for those that weren't in the green room, and I'm going to ask her to tell us the name of her chapter and why she wrote the chapter. So, Trina, if you would, she's starting us off, ladies and gentlemen. She's ready. She's fired up. She couldn't wait for this moment. Tell us your name, and tell us the name of the chapter and why did you write the chapter?
My name is Trina L. Martin, and the title of my chapter is Pressure Pushing You into Purpose. And I wrote this chapter because just like so many other people today and in life in general, I have had so many obstacles and things that were just sent me over the edge. They were pressuring me. And I sat back and I looked at my life and I asked God, why is this happening to me? But once I got out of that season of pressure, I realized that was just God pushing me into my purpose. And if I had stopped, I would have never made it. But he gave me that strength to keep going through that pressure. And I wrote this chapter because I wanted other people to know, people who are feeling helpless and hopeless about the circumstance that they're in. I want them to know that it is just that. It's a circumstance. That's not where their story ends. And for them to keep going, because that pressure is just making you stronger for the purpose that God has for you.
for the purpose that God has for you. For those folks out there, Deborah Gardner, a good friend out there in Phoenix, Arizona, thanks for joining. Pamela Conley is in the house. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Dr. Tashika Green in Maryland, all the way on the other side. It is always a pleasure. Thank you so much. And all of you out there, Carol, I see you. Mike, my man, up in New York, New York. You got to connect with what's the name? She's from New York, by the way. And so many of the folks that are out there. As you're saying that right now, Trina, folks are listening and they're thinking, wow, can you take us back to a time where you had to overcome some pressure? And more importantly, as Kat Patisse is tuning in right now and other folks, what did you learn from that lesson? So take us about a time there was some pressure for you. And then how did you overcome that so we can learn from that? And for all you out there right now that are ready to make it happen, for all of you viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in. Do me a favor. Here's how you give a digital applause. Hit the share button. They're all okay with this, okay? Hit the watch party button. They're okay with that. Do this right now because we believe in the giver's economy. The person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. Let me say that again. The person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. So hit the share button. Hit the share button. Hit the share button. When you hit that share button, that little window pops up. Just write 3 words. Make it happen. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Just put make it happen. All right, we're going to go back over to Trina. And she's talking, don't worry. I know Jean's listening in, and she'll be sharing her perspective in a moment. Tell us about a time where you had a challenge, and what was the lesson you learned from this challenge that took this pressure that you was able to overcome?
Well, my main pressure that I had about 10 years ago, I accepted a position with a prestigious organization. And from the minute I got there, there was just pressure from the day. I mean, I knew I didn't belong there. People were coming at me and I was like, why is this happening to me? I'm qualified for this job. I've moved my family across country, but it seemed like I was being attacked in every front, at work, personal life. And it just seemed like everything that could go wrong in my life was going wrong. And sometimes I felt like giving up. I felt like I didn't want to continue. But then as I started to be strong and get strength to keep going, I saw that the reason why I got that job that moved me across country was to push me into my entrepreneurship. It pushed me into being an author, a podcast host. It pushed me into being the person that I am today, sitting here talking to you.
Wow, Jean, as she's talking over there, I'm curious, in about 60 seconds, what's going through your mind?
So what's going through my mind is I can totally relate to my fellow co-author, and she keeps talking about process. And what I learned during my Make It Happen moment is that what we sometimes think is punishment is not punishment. It is process, and it is God propelling us into our God-ordained purpose and destiny.
God-ordained purpose and destiny. Trina, as she's talking over there, I'm curious, what's one of the reasons why you decided to participate in this particular anthology, and how has it impacted your life?
Just like I think everyone in life, there's been times where I had to make it happen, regardless of my circumstances, without anyone's help, anyone's encouragement. I just had to buckle up, stand up, and make it happen. And so when I saw the title, I was like, yes, there has been a lot of times that I had to make it happen. And you just have to do that sometimes. You have to encourage yourself and do it beyond all circumstances and by any means necessary.
Yeah, I love that. By any means necessary. What projects are on the horizon for you? Like, what are you up to these days that you've now got to step up and you've got to make it happen?
I'm on a speakers tour in April. I'm part of Sean Fair's Leadership Experience Tour 2021. I'll be on the stage speaking. My title of my talk is From a Mess to Amazing, which is the title of my book. And it is, again, about being resilient and overcoming adversity.
I love it. Kearn, take a moment, if you will. I know this was a vision that you had of yours. Take a minute or two and just tell us why, of all the chapters you had. And Sean Fair is amazing. Shout out to Sean Fair. Great guy. Do some cool stuff. Take a moment, Kearn, and say, why did you decide to have this chapter in this particular book? You could have accepted a lot of chapters, a lot of applications. Why this chapter? Why now?
Well, Shay, for me, all of the authors have really powerful stories that they have to share. Many of us have gone through situations where we just had to step up and make it happen. And we have some powerful women like Trina who's doing amazing things, and she has gone out her way to make things happen. So why would I turn a chapter like this down, right? You know, these people like Trina, these are the women who are leading and that other people can learn from and get motivated by. This is what you need when you have somebody sharing their story. And look, you have people from a age range, starting with Jonathan started when he was 24 writing his chapter, right? So there's a wide range of people sharing where they're at and what they did to get there. They did something to make it happen. So look at Trina. She's on the stage, on a speaking tour. Come on, y'all. That says a lot.
Shout out to the Big D, Detroit. Sean got some shout outs. All right, I can't wait. Now, for those folks that are out there listening, don't worry. We're going to go over to the one and only Gina next, and then we'll be followed by Jonathan and then Jean. And so as you're watching and you're listening, do me a favor. Hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. Bless someone else. Make a difference in their life so they can make it happen, whatever make it happen is. For some of you, you're going to make it happen for your family, and others of you, making it happen for your community, and others of you, you got to make it happen for yourself. In order to be a leader of one, you got to be a leader of one before you can be a leader of many. So over to you, if I can, Gina. For those folks that are watching, they're sitting there smiling, you're going back and forth, and they want to know, who is Gina? And more importantly, what's the name of your chapter?
Okay, I am Gina Hitchens, and as I said earlier, I am a financial planner and success coach for women. Primarily, my chapter is Smart Women Finish Strong. And that was important to me. I've been a financial planner my entire adult life, and I've always been passionate about working with women because by nature of who we are and our calling, we typically put everybody before ourselves. And then it gets to the point that when the realities of life happen, or even opportunities of a lifetime happen, we aren't particularly prepared financially to make it happen. And it's interesting how all the other co-authors, I keep hearing push. And as part of what I talk about in my chapter is that through the realities of life, we're either going to be pushed to purpose or we're going to pivot to purpose. And with my chapter, Smart Women Finish Strong, I like to talk about just the different strategies to have that strong finish as a smart woman. And when I talk about it from a financial standpoint, I say that it's not particularly what I heard or read about, because I was married for the majority of my life. And then once I became divorced, I did experience a little bout of financial insecurity. And that's just being totally honest. And after I gathered my thoughts and well-being, it's like, okay, I'm a smart woman. I need to make it happen. So that's how I decided to use my voice and story to share what the processes and the procedures I had to implement to make things happen is what I share with my clients and my viewers.
So make things happen.
Just like I said,
is that what I heard? I heard make things happen. I'm curious. You know, folks don't want you to leave them on the edge, by the way. You can't just leave them on the edge. And you got to give us like one idea, but you can't just say, oh, I got all these strategies and all these ideas and not give us one idea. We love the story, by the way. So thanks for being authentic. Thanks for being open. A lot of folks are going through a lot of things, so that's very important. But they're like, yo, Shay, I got to make it happen. What's one idea that she can give me now? Like now, and I need results now. What's something I can do right now that can help me? I'm going to get the book. But if she's talking, Shay, I need to hear it from her. So I'm just saying that's what they may be saying. So what's one idea you have for the audience that can help them
All right,
now?
It might sound a little simple or cliche, but the first thing we have to do is make a decision that we're going to take control of our finances and get connected to what it is, our vision. What is our purpose? What do we want our money to do? And after you become crystal clear on what it is you want and what it is you need, then you can sit down and start to create a strategy and just put your money in order and just take control. That's the first thing. Take control.
Take control.
We like control, but we got to take control of that. That's the only thing we truly have control of, how we spend our money.
So when you say take control, I'm going to go back over to Gina and ask her if she's listening. You say you've got to take control of the situation, and it's up to you to make it happen. Trina, what's going through your mind? You hear her say you got to take control and you got to take action. Tell us what you're thinking right now.
Hey, just standing up and doing what you have to do. And that's all a part of making it happen. You know what you have to do, and it's out there actually putting forth the action to do it.
Putting forth the action to do it. I love it. I love it. For those folks that are out there want to know, for you, Trina, they might be curious, what's on the horizon for you? What's coming down the pipeline? And then more importantly, how has this book impacted you? So a two-part question. Number one, how has this book impacted you? I'd like to know that, just writing the book. And then number two, what's up for you in the next 90 seconds? What's going on with you?
Well, the book has impacted
I'm sorry, I said Trina.
me.
I'm sorry, I said Trina. I meant to say, oh my gosh, I had Trina. I'm so sorry, I made a mistake. We'll get back to you. We love you. I'm not perfect, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not perfect, but I'm getting better every day. Okay, so I meant to ask the question to Gina. So I'm seeing Gina, and I'm saying Trina. I'm so sorry about that. So Gina, they want to know as you're talking right now, if you can please tell them what's going on with you, because Trina did tell us that, and more importantly, how has this book impacted you?
What's going on with me? I started Smart Women Finish Strong, and it's a financial and empowerment circle for women by women. And it's just where we share our unique voices and stories to inspire and empower other women. And what I like most about, I almost lost that second part of that question.
The second part of the question is, what's coming down? What are you up to? What's on the horizon for you that you've got to make it happen?
Okay. I have to make that my financial smart woman happen. And I have a co-author on this project as well as another project. And I really want to, my goal is to have a solo book project on a workbook style as to the exact steps and procedures as to make it happen. And that's what's on my horizon.
Well, you've just made the vision. You made it plain. They're all watching you and listening to you right now. So everyone believes that she's going to make that happen. Give me 2 thumbs up right now. Give me 2 thumbs up. So she knows,
yes.
You know what? You ain't going to just be thinking about doing it. You're going to push through. You're going to make it happen. And we'll come back when you have that original book.
6th.
We will come back at that time. We'll make that happen. That's a promise I make to you. So you get the book done, all right? You get the book done, and we'll play this recording back because your audience, they all believe in you right now. It's going to happen. All right, Karen, before I go over to the next person, Jonathan, take a moment, if you would, as you've done in the past, and kind of share why you accepted and the committee accepted this book into this project. Make it happen.
Well, first of all, what Gina is talking about is really critical right now because there are a lot of people having financial difficulties, but a lot of women, there are a lot of women that are married for years and years, and then the divorce happens and they have not been tuned in to what is being spent, what bills, how much money is actually going to take to make something happen. You know what? So her book right now, especially during what the time that we're in, is critical to a lot of women who don't have that answer. So I would suggest that you tune in and connect with Gina. To be honest, if you're having some financial issues, you just should get with her and get some of those tips that she didn't drop them, y'all. She made sure you're going to have to buy the book. And you're going to have to get with her because she's a coach too. So yes, you want to get with her because now is the time. I always tell people the one thing that we got in this time frame is time. But the other thing is a lot of people are spending less money. So you need to be smart with your money. So yeah, it's a perfect fit and it's perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Thanks a lot for sharing. For those folks out there like April Callahan is watching right now, we appreciate you. Thanks for joining. Andrea Maxwell, thank you for joining, by the way. Kelvin, he's out there in Houston. One of y'all out there in Houston, Texas, and everyone that's out there tuning in right now. There, you got a shout out. You got a shout out for our hometown. Anybody from Washington, D.C., what's up? We're in the house as well, by the way. But in all seriousness, this is your moment. This is your time. And as you're watching right now, you can make it happen. It's possible. If others have done it, well, so can you. We're going over to the one and only Jonathan, by the way. He's down in Gulf Coast, Mississippi. I had to say that because I've been down there 4, 5, 6 times now, by the way. And I love going down there. I love the food, too, by the way. The people are so friendly. But, Jonathan, if you can, by the way, take a moment. You've heard what I've asked others. Tell them your name, where you're from. I gave you a shout-out. But more importantly, the name of your chapter and why the chapter had to be written right now. That's very important. Over to you, my man.
Yes, my name is Jonathan Haynes. I'm from Gulfport, Mississippi. I'm 25 years old, and my chapter is called Overcoming Tragedy to Finding My Destiny. And I wrote that because I am a suicide survivor from 14, 18, and 20 years old. And God kept me here to tell everybody how good he's been in my life, and he made it happen just for me. At 25 years old, I have traveled the world singing. I own 3 successful businesses now. I own a comeback podcast. I own a clothing store. I'm a magazine editor and so much more. I don't boast and brag. I just thank God for what he's doing in my life. Because if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. And what if I gave up? What if I thrown in the towel? You would have been saying RIP, not victory. So I thank God for everything that he's doing in my life. And I thank God for the victory and the passion he has given me. And so my chapter is just telling you how I overcame all those obstacles and trials and still made it happen through God. And that's why I'm still here. And we're just ready to make it happen.
Ready to make it happen. I love it, man. We're the same age, man. We got to celebrate our birthdays together, by the way. I love it. See, I'm 25 forever, baby. Forever and ever and ever and ever. All right. I'm celebrating my 25th anniversary of my 25th year. I get it. Don't worry about me. It's not about me. It's all about you, by the way. It's all about you. Take a moment because it's a very serious topic, and it's a very serious topic. Take a moment, if you would, for folks that are watching right now. Someone might be watching and they're going through some very challenging times. What would you say to that person that's thinking, should I give up right now? It's challenging. Folks are teasing me, bullying, or in many cases, they just feel like there's no hope. And it's a big task, but you can handle it. And just take a moment. What would you say to the person that's watching right now and they got to keep going? What words would you share with them that maybe you've used in your own life that can encourage, empower, and inspire them? Over to you, my man.
Right. My favorite scripture is I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. So no matter what the enemy is throwing your way, you can make it. I pray daily, and I want to remind you to pray. When you feel like all hope is lost and you feel like nobody is there, you get down on your knees and ask God to give me the advice to keep on moving and to keep on pushing. And I'm telling you to pray. And my motto is you don't have to be alone. No matter the obstacles, no matter where you don't think nobody is there, somebody is always there. And his name is G-O-D, God. And so I want to put that in your mindset when you're going through those things. I had to learn that myself at just 25, at 14, 18, and 20, the most recent when I had the gun to my head. And I said, I'm over. And the bullet got stuck, but the trigger didn't come out. And that was my wake-up call to tell somebody else that you can make it happen. And if he did it for me, he can do it for you. So I want to let you know to press through everything that you're going. You may not have all the money you want now. You might not can pay your bills, but God can make a way. He can flip the script. If you're from behind, he can put you back into the front. So I want you to know that no matter what comes your way, you don't have to be alone, and you can keep pushing because God is always there.
Always there. I'm going to go around to your co-hosts and give them each 30 or 40, give them 45 seconds to tell us what's going on in their mind. What are they feeling right now? We'll go over to Gina first, and then after Gina, we'll go to Trina, and then we'll go over to the one and only Jean. All right. First, over to you. I forgot what I said. Gina, what's going on in your mind?
What's going through my mind is why it's important to always rely on your faith. Mm-hmm. I am a woman of faith, and I like to rely on that and have words of affirmation. But even more importantly is that I find it important to have someone, a confident person, a trusted person that you can talk with, be it
a trusted person member, you can talk with.
Someone to lean into.
Love it. All right, share. Over to you, Trina.
Somebody's out there willing to share.
Perfect. Over to you, Trina.
What's going through my mind is not making a permanent decision over a temporary circumstance. And I think that's what Jonathan was saying. And, you know, it's just your life is not over. Your circumstances don't define what's going to go on next in your life.
Your circumstances don't define it. Over to you, Jean.
So again, you know, it's about digging in and leaning into that innate strength that God has placed on the inside of you. And when you get so weary, because let's face it, sometimes the weak get weary, right? You got to push into him even harder.
You got to push in even harder. Jonathan, I'm going to come back over to you. We can't leave you out there, man. Folks want to know, wow, Shay, what is Jonathan up to next? I mean, Don is the best is still yet to come for him. So they're curious what's on the horizon for you. And go ahead and share that and how this book has really impacted you. Please share.
Yes, this book has transformed my life in such a tremendous way. I have done so many speaking engagements, and I'm just in awe. I used to get shy. Yes, I used to sing, but I used to not speak. And so each and every day when I get through these things, I'm just truly in awe. So I'm doing more speaking engagements and motivational speaking, new music. The podcast is doing good, a new clothing line. And so it's so much more going on for me, but we're just going to get this book and make it a bestseller. I'm going to make that happen.
We're going to make it happen. I know Karen's over there. They're smiling out there. Everyone out there. Paulette Harper's out there. Doctor's out there. Carol Giver's out there, by the way. April's out there. For everyone that's watching, by the way, do me a favor. Hit the share button. They're going to all hit their mute buttons. I'm on the guess going to hit their mute buttons in a moment. But you, everyone out there, you all hit the share button. Hit the share button. And when you hit the share button, just write two words. Serve plus add value. Just put serve plus add value. Make It Happen showed up for one reason and one reason only, and that is to serve you so you can make it happen. So how do you give a digital applause? How do you do that? Well, you hit the share button. You hit the watch party button. Hit it now. Hit it when now. It's not about them. It's about the lives they can touch. And that's what they're here for. They're here to not only make it happen for them, but to make it happen for you. All right, with that being said, Karen, I've allowed you to come in each person. I mean, you were the visionary. You were the person sitting back and trying to make the dominoes kind of come together, by the way. You want to hit one domino, and you won't see that last domino fall, but you hit that sucker, and I'm seeing them fall, and I'm on the other side saying, woo, I wish you could see what I see over here. Why Jonathan's story? Why now?
Wow. Jonathan is the personification of the story. If you think about it, he is the reason why this book is important for people to pick it up. He has shown that through his faith in God and the fact that he never gave up. Even though he tried, God had a purpose for him. And now he's showing that no matter what you're going through, especially right now, there are people who have lost family members, lost friends, husbands, mothers, parents, children through all of this. But God wants us to know that you still have a purpose. You have a purpose. You were not left here without a purpose. You are challenged to go out and to share his word. As Jonathan said, vocalizing what was going on in his life when things started to happen. But the one thing they all have learned from watching me is I'm about sharing these testimonies, and we need to get on as many stages because somebody's life is definitely going to be saved. I can tell you right now, I don't know who it is, but I guarantee you somebody has been saved from just hearing Jonathan on these stages. So there is no way. I told you. Jonathan was the first one to sign up, and I just knew from hearing his pieces that we had to go forward. But I had to wait on God to show me because I can be pretty stubborn at times.
Well, he certainly showed up and showed out for those folks out there like Andrea Maxwell is out there. Von Griggs is in the house. Von Griggs Law, I think it is in the house. So many of you are watching. She's out there. Dawn Leak is in the house. What's up, Dawn Leak? What's going on? Always a shout out to Mavis. Love you, Mavis. And all of you out there that are out there tuning in right now. We appreciate every single one of you. LaShonda, I see you. Mike, I see you. You're out there right now. But don't worry. The best is still yet to come. I mean, we're just getting started, okay? We're just getting started. So if you're just coming aboard, this is all about Make It Happen. They're just getting around. I mean, look. Okay, let me stop. Gene is coming up next, okay? And we're going to ask Gene the same question. For those folks that are just tuning in, let me reset the room, okay? This is Make It Happen. These are authors who put their stories. They put their best lessons. They put the ideas to help you make it happen in your personal life and to make you happen in your business life. And they've been sharing that. And they've got more. I'm coming back to all of them. Don't go nowhere. They've got more. We're going to go over down to Gene. Gene, you've been sitting there and you've been listening and you've been watching and you've been listening. So you know what the question is, but I'll ask you anyway. Who is Gene? And more importantly, well, why this chapter? Name of your chapter and why now? Talk to us.
So again, I am Jean Turner, tuning in. You know, I'm here from Atlanta, Georgia. And the title of my chapter is The Resilience to Make It Happen. And for me, it was important for me to share my story, my testimony, because number one, God wouldn't let me not tell it. And number two, someone needs to hear it because I was diagnosed with cancer out of the blue. I went from being the perfect picture of health to chemo in 0 to 5 seconds or so it seemed. And so the resilience to make it happen, you know, I have a saying, you don't know how resilient you are until resilience is a requirement. And so with all the resiliency training over my years in the Army, been downrange Iraq and back, I had no idea. I really didn't even know what resilience meant until I went through and was experiencing a suddenly health crisis. And so, you know, there's so much that goes with that type of diagnosis, right? And people experiencing that even now. There's the loneliness, the isolation, the social distancing and social isolation and all the other factors that go into play. But my make it happen moment was trying to maintain my brand even on the days when I didn't feel good, okay? When I was sick as a dog, right? I ended up having to terminate the business, but I had to find the resilience to keep everything that I worked so hard on relevant, okay? Even through that, I had to remain relevant. And so the resilience to continue on, to push forward, as one of my other fellow co-workers have said, and whether it's a health challenge or whatever challenge it is, right? The push, the resilience to continue to push on, to press forward, move ahead, and make some things happen. So that's my story. I had to share it. I'm a testimony, a living testimony, and there you have it.
Push forward, make it happen, keep on going. I hear you loud and clear. For those folks that are out there, don't worry. She's got more, okay? Don't worry. I'm going to ask her to give us one more idea, okay? Because when you think there's nothing left, she's a marathon runner. There's always more. When you think you hit the wall, come on, somebody, there's a little bit more. So I'm going to ask her to give you one more idea. But before she does that, she can handle it. She'll be just fine. Don't y'all worry at home. We're not putting her on the spot. But she'll be fine. But you at home, you hit the button right below the video, and you write those words, make it happen. If you know that this is your time, if you know this is your year, if you know you're ready not only for your breakthrough, but some of you are going to the next level, you look right below, and you write the words, make it happen. Then when you see those words, no matter what platform you're in, no matter where it's been shared, if you listen to the podcast, if you're on Apple TV, don't worry, just say make it happen right now. But if you can write those words, write it right down. And when someone writes those words, hit the like button. Just hit the like button. That's a sign like I'm with you. That's a sign that says I feel you. I got your back. Now I'm going to go back over to the person that says we got some resilience. I'm going to go back to the person that says we're going to go a little bit further. I'm going to go back to the person that says when you think there's nothing left, there's always a little bit in the tank. And I'm going to say take about 2 minutes and give us one idea. Just one more idea for the person's either going to the next level and they're ready for that, or the person that's like, I'm having some high highs and some low lows, or the other person that's fell flat on their back right now and they got to look up. They're still breathing, so they're still in the game. They know they down, but they ain't out, baby. They down, but they ain't out yet. You can handle this. I'm going to turn it over to you, by the way. It's showtime. Don't y'all love that, by the way? They make it happen. That's what they do. Over to you. Talk to us, Gene.
So look, what I'm going to say is this. When you're going through a process, right, it's going to be unfamiliar, uncomfortable, and uncommon territory. But as we all alluded to earlier, it is process, not punishment. think of where you are now and where you're going to end up. Don't look at the current situation, but look ahead. Be a forward thinker and look ahead to where you're going to end up at. I had no idea that going through that process where I would be now. A radio and podcast host, sharing my story, helping others to be the healthiest version of themselves. I wouldn't have thought that in a million years. Being on stage with all you beautiful people, okay, and sharing stages with people like my fellow co-authors. Who would have thunk it? So remember, it's not punishment, it is process, and you are being propelled into your God-ordained, God-given destiny.
Well, I love it. And now you can add you was on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. All right, come on, somebody. You can add that to the list and say, I made it, by the way.
Yeah.
I made it. And you can sing the song, Never Would Have Made It. That's for you, John. Never would have made it if it wasn't for what's going on. All right, let me get back to our regularly scheduled program. I got to do that. I mean, I got to slow down, speed up. Karen, you over there listening? You're smiling. Why the story from Gene? Same question, and why now?
Yes, and always a different answer. So that being said, with Gene's story for me, Shay, is really more of a personal connect for me, because for somebody who's almost died literally a couple of times and getting a pretty much feeling like a death sentence when they told me I had pulmonary hypertension, and then losing 1.5 liters of blood twice in less than a week's time, you can imagine I can relate to where she's at. And when I was diagnosed with pulmonary hypertension, I can tell you right now, I was the president of this, the president of that. Had of course, I still have my company that I run with my husband Dennis. But doing all those things, and then you get a slowdown, and then you look at and say, well, God, hey, it's me, why? But he has a purpose for everything we go through. Everything we do is not the end. We have to see the silver lining in everything that we go through. It only makes you stronger. And yes, for some of us, we're resilient and determined to make it happen. So that's why I personally connect with her story, with that her cancer story and all the things that she has done. So yeah, it's personal.
Okay. Well, it's personal right now for all of us that are listening right now. They're taking away time from our family, taking away time from watching TV, Netflix, or working out. We thank all the viewers that are out there. We ain't done yet, but we thank you for showing up. We thank you for being here. If you hit the share button before, we appreciate it. Hit it again. Let us say, like hit it again. Pay it forward to another platform right now. They've got more. They've got more. If you're out there, they got more. Just look below the video and say more. Because they got more. All right, we're moving to a segment now because they got more. They just getting started. They could do a whole show by themselves. They really can. And we're moving to a segment now called Today is My January 1st. And for those folks that know what I'm about to do, you can look right below the video and write those words, Today is my January 1st. That's right, today is my January 1st. And those folks that are asking Shay, what in the LL Cool J are you talking about over there? Today is my January 1st doesn't mean one of those days on the calendar where you wait for January to first show up. January 1st, we create a January 1st moment. Anytime we make a decision, and there's about 1,000 decisions throughout the day, and any one of those decisions could change the trajectory of our life. We make a decision that we're going to work out. That's a January 1st moment. Or we make a decision that we're going to binge watch and watch Netflix. That's a January 1st moment. We make a decision that we're going to eat, hamburgers and French fries and a little salt, some pepper, some ketchup, some hot sauce like my sons would put on there. Or we're going to go to the refrigerator and we're going to open it up. And inside the refrigerator, there's some kale. That tastes good, don't it? There's some broccoli. Some of y'all with me. There's some carrots. I had some carrots before we got started. That's a January 1st moment. So it's a do-over. That's January 1st. It's a fresh start. That's January 1st. It's my past no longer equals my future. So my question to them is they're listening right now, and I'm going to give them about 90 seconds to answer the question. When you hear those words, today is my January 1st, First, Happy New Year! Isn't that kind of cool? Knows a Happy New Year to you. But what goes through your mind? What do you hear? So we'll go over the way we started. We'll first go to the one and only Trina. And Trina, we hear those words, today is my January 1st. What goes through your mind? What do you hear?
When I hear today is my January 1st, I hear that today is a day of new mercy and new grace. It is, yes, it's a do-over. It's a time for me to push all the things that happened yesterday aside and behind me and to just press forward. I'm not looking back. I'm just going forward. I'm doing whatever I didn't do yesterday, and I'm planning for tomorrow and just to keep pressing forward. So my January 1st is a new start, a new day to reset my mind and my mindset and to make it happen.
Today is my January 1st. I love it. Isn't it good to know y'all got a fresh start? Over to you now, Gina. When you hear today is my January 1st, what goes through your mind?
What goes through my mind is every morning that the good Lord wakes me up is my January 1st. And with that, I need to, as I said, forget about things that I should have done yesterday, what I should have done and past regrets, and just move forward from this day forward. And just always seek what it is I need to do now to connect with my purpose, my calling, and that's going to push me further to my God-given destiny. So every day the Lord wakes me up is my January 1st. And every day I'm going to make it happen.
Every day we're going to make it happen because today is your January 1st. All right, over to you, Jonathan. When you hear those words, today is my January 1st. Well, what do you hear, my man?
What I hear is that I can start over the right way and go the right path, and to know all the things that I went through, I now have the courage to keep on fighting and to make it happen. So starting over again, like a rebirth, to push forward and to push toward new business ventures and new things that God has given me, and to push that through and to make it happen. As my sister Gina said, just doing everything that I want to do. I don't think about the past. I'm thinking about the future. So doing everything I put my mind to is what my new January 1st motto is.
So says so well. Today is my January 1st. Doesn't that just feel good? All right, over to you now, Gina. What are you hearing? I mean, Gina. Gene. She's a Gene and a Gina. I like you saying Gene. Gene. I should have some notes in front of me right now. That would help me out. But Gene, I got so caught up.
I knew you meant me. But anyway, when I hear today is my January 1st, it makes me think of what God spoke in my spirit, actually the days leading up into 2021, and that is my new now. That now is my new, for he is doing a new thing. And I am not thinking about 2018, 2019, what happened in the past, but I am reaching forward. I'm pressing forward. That's that where that push comes in again. And I'm birthing everything new that I'm intended to birth. So that's what my January 1st means.
Today is my January 1st. It's a good feeling for all of you out there. I want you to know that you can make it happen. You don't just have to be excited right now like you were maybe back on December 31st after a couple of drinks on the back of a napkin. Some of you were really, really excited, right? And we know how that landed for some folks, right? It's not about that. Right now, you can make it happen. And if you're ready to make it happen right now, and you know whatever your goals were, and some of you, you don't remember what your resolutions were. That's no matter when you watch this video. You don't remember what your resolutions were back on December 31st. Some of you, it's not a good thing or a bad thing, but I want you to know that you can make it happen. Today is your January 1st. You get a fresh start. As long as your feet hit that ground and you've got oxygen and your heart's pumping right now, you can feel it as we're talking right now, then you can make it happen. No, you can make it happen. No, you can make it happen. All right, with that being said, I want to go around, Karen, allow them each to kind of at least share how folks can contact them. There are folks that are watching right now. They're listening. They're being inspired. Karen, when they finish, I'm going to come to you to talk about how they can connect and get the book and everything as well. But for those folks that are out there watching, you've been listening, you might be thinking like Homer Calhoun that's out there right now. Like Samantha that sent me a note and said this is good. And so many folks that are watching right now, like they might wonder how can they connect with you. So I'm gonna go around to each of you, and we'll go backwards this time. So we'll start with Jean, and we'll go backwards. So we'll go Jean. They'll take 60 seconds or less. 60 seconds or less. The audience likes the less better than 60 seconds. Just let y'all know. 60 seconds or less, and you can tell them your name and how to best connect with you. And we'll go Jean, and then we'll go Jonathan, and then we'll go back around to Gina, and then we'll close with obviously Trina. All right, so Jean, tell them how can they best connect with you?
So yes, again, I am Jean Turner, and you can best connect with me. My website is www.spiritofawarrior.life. I am on Clubhouse at Nurse Coach 63. I'm on LinkedIn as Nurse Coach Jean. And of course, I am on Facebook and Instagram, but under my radio and podcast show, which is Health Chat with Coach Jean. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We certainly appreciate that. Jonathan, how can they best connect with you, my man?
Yes, they can reach me at my website, jonathanlhaynes.com. I'm on LinkedIn at Jonathan Haynes, Instagram, J. Haynes Songbird, Facebook, Clubhouse is at Jonathan Haynes, but to reach me very fast is at jonathanlhaynes.com.
Spoken like a true young man. He said, find me on Clubhouse. Y'all go to LinkedIn, all that stuff you want to, but find me on Clubhouse, all right? Holla at your boy. I like that. Karen, we got to take some notes over here. All right, over to you. Over to you. Gina, how can they best connect with you?
Yes, my financial planning website is www.ghgfinancialplanning.com. That's also on my Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm at Gina Hitchens, and my coaching circle is Smart Women Finish Strong on Facebook. And I'm also on Clubhouse at Gina Hitchens. And again,
I love that. She said, don't forget about me on Clubhouse now. I know something about Clubhouse now. Don't count me out, baby. I'm still making it happen. Don't count me out, Jonathan. Find me on Clubhouse as well. Hit me up on Clubhouse, all right? Not on the IG, but on Clubhouse. I love it. If you ain't got an iPhone, then you just keep watching right now. You just keep watching. Okay, I got to get this. This is too much fun. You got an old iPhone, too. She said, this iPhone 5 is still picking. Was that iPhone 5 I just saw? I know they even still made those things. Oh, my gosh. Oh, but they still work. It doesn't matter. I love the iPhone. I'm an Apple man. Okay, I'm Apple man. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let me get back here. All right, over to where we at? We're over at Trina. Trina, in all seriousness, they see this in the purple chair. Can I get a purple chair like that? I mean, I'm just curious. Can I get a purple chair? Can a brother get a purple chair like that? All right, tell us how they can best connect with you.
I'm Trina L. Martin, and you can connect with me on my website. It is trinalmartin.com. You can reach me on LinkedIn. My profile is Trina-L-Martin. And you can listen to my podcast, Trina L. Martin, wherever you can listen to podcasts. So any radio station, you can listen to it.
You find me anywhere. Just go plug in my name. You're going to find me. I love it. All right, Karen, take a moment. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We're not done. They've got another idea to share with you. We're not done. They're just getting started, and I promise you, as you're watching right now, you might be saying, is there more? No, the best is still yet to come. We're going to tune in, and we're going to ask them to tell you the number one idea they learned from one of their mentors. Like, they've been waiting all show. Like, in all, they couldn't wait to tell you the number one idea of all the mentors they've had in this journey of life, and they've had so many mentors. We want to know what's the one lesson they learned from any of their mentors they're going to pass on to you. And they're going to be able to do that in 90, it is amazing, like in 90 seconds or less later after Karen finishes, they're going to come back and say, man, this is the number one lesson I learned from my mentor, hint. And I want to share it with you. So you tune in, like you pay attention. Don't go nowhere. All right, Karen, take a moment to tell us about Make It Happen, the book, and how folks can connect and how they can join in with your organization or your firm. If they're like, I've got a story, I've got a message, how can they best connect with you?
So Make It Happen, we're leading into wrapping up so we can get our bestseller campaign, because we're going to hit number one, right? That being said, you can go right now to KearnCherry.com. You'll see the link to Make It Happen, and any questions you got from there, you can go there. But know that my authors will be putting out their information as well so that you can buy directly from them as we bring those books into life. That being said, You know, I got to mention, Shay, I got another book coming, Trailblazers Who Lead 2. So you can go. I dropped the link already. It's in the link. You want to join with me on that one. Trust me, the first one was #1 bestseller, and you know the next one will be too. We just got to add that international part to it. Now, how can you connect to me? Now, you know these authors are going to be featured at the Level Up Summit virtual, April the 16th through the 18th. They're going to be on some panels. So you want to come in and connect with them there as well, because they definitely will be at the Level Up virtual summit, which will be international. Just saying. And of course, we'll have none other than Shay Brown there as well. That being said, go to time2levelup.com, time2levelup.com. Register right now so you don't miss anything. And if you want to be a speaker, that's right. If you want to be a speaker, I am doing interviews. So you need to go ahead and click and sign up, because we will reach out to you about speaking on the platform as well. So where am I? Oh, yes, you know, Clubhouse has outdid my favorite. Clubhouse. I tell all my people, get on Clubhouse, because Clubhouse is definitely where it's at. And yes, I have a club called K Connections. You want to join me? I have K Connections, and also you can find me under Kearn Cherry. And yes, I do events in Clubhouse. So look for the events coming up. That being said, you can also find me on my second favorite now, which is LinkedIn. And yes, you need to be on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. I'm even on Pinterest and all other platforms as well. Connect to me, KearnCherry.com, KearnCherry.com.
KarenCherry.com. Let me go ahead and first just acknowledge you, Karen, for having this vision, for bringing this all together at a time where a number of folks are operating from a place of scarcity. You're operating from a place of abundance, and you have a heart to give. You have a heart to serve, and like many of the co-authors you hear, it's just a representation of the folks whose stories and messages are being there. And it takes someone to have a big heart, and it takes someone to be able to recognize that it's not about you, but it's about the team and the organization coming together. So I just want to acknowledge you that and for all that you do. And thanks for allowing the folks to be here on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. It is an honor and it's a privilege, a treat and a treasure to hang out with them right now. But it's not about us. Nope, it's all about them. So we're going to take it back over to them because they're ready. They're like, come on, Shay, put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. And the way they're going to do that now is they're going to take some time and they're going to answer one question. And the one question we have, because we're in a segment called Rapid Fire, we're coming down the home stretch, so we're about to bring this thing down to a close. But the question is, of all the mentors they've had in their life, and y'all know this is my favorite question to ask. Of course, they're all my favorite question. I never ask any of them. But this is really my favorite. Of all the mentors you had along this journey of life, and you've had so many, what's one lesson? Now, you may never meet their mentor, but you have the lesson that they've imparted with them that now going to impart with you. And here's what you can do at home. Here's how you give a digital applause. Here's how you can pay it forward. Hit the share button. If you hit it before, hit it again. Hit the share button. And when you hit the share button, just write those words, make it happen. It's not for you. You're not doing this for you. Okay, I get it. These videos go viral. I get that, okay? But it's not about that. It's about you being able to pay this message forward to someone else, another little boy or a little girl or a big boy or a big girl out there that have some big dreams. They have some aspirations, and they need to make it happen. And this message will change their life if they let it. So with that being said, we're going to do this segment the way we start off. We're going to start off with the one and only Trina, and she'll be sharing with her the number one lesson she learned. And you at home, y'all all lean in home. Everybody lean into the camera. Y'all all lean in. Y'all do your hands like this, say thank you, because they're about to drop it onto you. All right, Trina. It's showtime. Tell us the number one lesson you learned from one of your mentors that's going to help us along this journey of life. Over to you.
The number one lesson that I have learned is you have to let your cup overflow so that you can feed people from your saucer. Because if you are not full, you can't give to anyone else. And so many times we're running on empty. And when we're empty, we can't help anyone else. So just remember, always be on full. That way you can feed someone else.
Always be on full so you can feed someone else. I'm loving it. Over to you, Gina, the number one idea you learned from your mentor that you're going to pass along to us.
Every time you show up, always show up and be your true, authentic self. So that way they'll always know who to expect and who's going to show up. And in the process, always afford the woman in the mirror and be true to the woman in the mirror, because that's who really counts. So be true and afford the woman in the mirror.
I love it. I love it. Be true to the woman in the mirror. I'm a man, but I'm going to take that too,
Yep.
by the way. I'm being true to the man in the mirror. I'm messing with you. That's so powerful. It's the year of the woman,
Make sure
baby.
you
It's the
can
year
afford all
of
of
the
that.
woman. It really is. Okay, over to you, Jonathan.
Yes, yes. It's simply speak your truth. Never be afraid to share and bless somebody else by your testimony. You never know who is going to inspire or to give somebody the courage to keep on fighting. So my thing is simply just speak your truth.
Speak your truth. Says so well. Thank you so much for sharing. Certainly appreciate that. And over to you now, Jean. I think it's your turn.
Yes, grow through what it is you may be going through. You need to learn the lesson that you are intended to learn as you're walking through your journey now, so you do not have to repeat the course.
I like that. I like that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you sharing that. And what we're going to do now is we're coming down the home stretches. I'm going to ask them all to really share their closing comments and thoughts. And I'm going to go over to Kearn at the very end after they've done that to bring it down the home stretch, by the way. And here's what they're going to do. And they're all going to be on mute in just a second, I'm sure. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to ask them to share their closing thoughts to empower you, to inspire you, and to help you on this journey to make it happen. Now, you said, Shay, I've got so much. But when the question is asked, how many ideas do you need to change your life? The obvious answer is one. Because one good idea implemented is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. And you only need one. So they've got more. Don't worry about it. They showed up ready for you to serve and add value. So here's how you give a digital applause. Hit the share button. Look below the video and just put great job. Look below the video and put make it happen. All right, so we're going to start, I guess, close the way we started. We'll start over with Trina to kind of kick us off and kind of share her closing thoughts. Once again, Trina, thank you so much on behalf of Karen Cherry and the whole conference and the whole book Anthology and myself. We appreciate you being here. You're wonderful. You're amazing. Folks know how to connect with you. So tell them first how to connect with you and then your closing thoughts, please.
Okay, again, my name is Trina L. Martin.
And hold on,
My
before you do
website
that, if you're on, everyone just make sure to hit the mute button. Everybody hit the mute button now. So if you haven't hit the mute button, everybody, we'll just check our phones and hit the mute button one more time. There we go. I'll get a little bit of feedback. All right, now over to you.
Okay, again, I'm Trina L. Martin. My website is trinalmartin.com. And my parting words are, your past may be a mess, but keep going because your future can be amazing.
Okay. Hit the mute button. I thought I got some feedback. I just want to make sure that I could hear it, but it looked like a little squeaky. Okay, so let me do a test. 1, 2, 3. Let me just check everybody one more time to make sure that we can get everybody in there. All right, so am I coming through clear? If I'm coming through clear and you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. But everybody hit mute. So I'm going to first go make sure everybody's on mute. So because I think I hear someone's mic that's not on mute. So that would be interesting. So let me just do this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, we're live. This is what we do. So Karen, hit the mute button. Just make sure you're on mute. So you're on mute. Gotcha. Say hello, Karen. Let's see. Everybody see if we can hear Karen. We can't hear Karen. That's good.
Hello.
Well, we can't hear you. So hit mute. So we want you to hit mute. We want you to hit mute. We don't want to hear anybody. That's the key. All right, now say hello. Good. We can't hear you. Good. We can't hear you. That's even better. All right, let's go over to the one and only Jean. Jean, say hello. We can't hear you. Hopefully you're on mute.
Hello.
Okay, hit mute because we don't want to hear you. I'm trying to see where the sound's coming from real quick. There we go. Now say hello. We'll see your lips moving. Okay, good. We don't hear anything. So say hello so we can't hear you, Jean. I'm just doing a check real quick. I hear squeaking. All right, Jonathan.
Hello.
Okay, so you should be on mute. So make sure you're on mute so we can't hear you. You are on mute? All right, so when you say hello, we can hear you. Okay, so Jonathan, say hello.
Hello.
All right, now hit mute. Okay, check one. Check. All right, now, so Jonathan, I got it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we were just tracking and chasing. This is live. This is what happens. So we're going to go back to Trina. Don't worry. She don't need to say the same thing, but she's going to give you her closing comments once again, and you're going to hear her loud and clear, just as crisp, like she can be right in your ears right now. So, Trina, Don't worry. This is live. This is what happens. It's not recorded. We're going to still make it happen. If you're ready to make it happen, all my authors do like this. Give me 2 thumbs up. This is live. That's right. That's right. We don't panic. Rule number 1 is we never panic. We make it happen anyway. All right, because the best is still yet to come. All right, back over to you, Trina. Now tell us once again, tell us your closing comments, and we're listening intently. Tell us where we can connect with you so they can hear you. And number 2, your closing comments.
My name is Trina L. Martin. You can connect with me on my website, trinalmartin.com, or LinkedIn. Listen to my podcast, Trina Talk. And I want to leave you with this. Your past may be a mess, but keep going because your future can be amazing.
Thank you so much. Said so well. Thank you so much. All right, over to you, Gina.
Again, I am Gina Hitchens, and you can connect with me on my website at ghgfinancialplanning.com, and my coaching and speaking circuit is at Smart Women Finish Strong on Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn at Gina Gore Hitchens. And my parting thought is that regardless of past financial successes or failures, that smart women finish strong, and we have to start strong, stay strong, so we can finish strong. And don't let shame from whatever happened or didn't happen stop us. And trust the process. Trust the process.
Trust the process. I love it. Great job. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, over to you, Jonathan, for your closing thoughts and comments, please, my friend.
Yes, again, you can reach me at jonathanlhaynes.com. And simply, I just want to say, keep fighting for whatever you want to do. No matter what's come your way, don't get discouraged. That one yes can change your life. You might get a million no's, but that one yes can put you to a place that you will forever be grateful for. I'm a living witness of it. And thank you for having me again.
Thank you so much. We certainly appreciate it, my man. Okay, going over next as we hit the mute button. Everybody make sure to hit the mute button. And as we do that, we're going over now to Jean. I got it right this time, Jean. It just took me the whole show. Jean, please go ahead and share your closing comments. But we got it right, baby. We keep going, we keep going, we keep going, we keep going, and we keep going because we're going to make it happen. Please, your closing comments. First, tell them how they can connect with you, and then your closing comments, please.
Yes, I'm Jean Turner, and you can connect with me at www.spiritofawarrior.life. And what I want to leave with you is this: never say die, never accept defeat. Choose your words wisely and speak life, and refuse to die in whatever place you are in.
Love it, love it, love it. With that being said, I want to thank you all. We're going to go over to Kearn to kind of bring us down the home stretch, share her closing thoughts and comments, and let folks know once again how they can best connect with them. Kearn, once again, you do so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate you allowing the Happy Entrepreneur to have this exclusive, right? To bring folks on and share their story and their message. So thank you so much for including us as part of this process. Over to you, Kearn.
Yes, and thank you, Shay, for having us. You can find most all of my things on KearnCherry.com, KearnCherry.com. So I want to leave people with this. You're in a time to share your story. Your story is not your story. It is God's testimony that you're required to give, right? That being said, I'm going to challenge you to do a few things while we're in this extra time that we have right now. As to clean out your closet, make sure you get rid of all those toxic people out of your life. That will help you boost just by itself. Secondly, I always tell people, create your own. If a door doesn't open, go to the next door. If that door don't open, try the back door. Look, if those cookies and candies that you brought don't work, kick it in or create your own. But don't ever get stuck and realize that it is your time to make it happen. So thank you, Shay, for having us on the show.
Well, thank you so much. Once again, all of you, you have a heart to give. You all are just amazing. You're incredible. And thank you to viewers, by the way. Thank you to viewers. Thank all of you that are out there, by the way. I want you to know that you're incredible, that you've got greatness inside you, and that today is your January 1st. You can make it happen because you can press through. Today is your January 1st because you can make it happen, whatever you want in your life. And for you, put your sunglasses on the future is bright, and the best is still yet to come. The best is still yet to come. I'm telling you, the best is yet to come. With that being said, my name for those folks that care is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember this, though. Time is long. Life, on the other hand, by the way, my friend, is very, very short. So you got to live in that moment, and you got to make it count. God bless me. Wish you success. Thanks a lot, y'all. Give him a little love. Bye. Give him a little love as we get out of here. Give him a little love. We're out of here. Make it happen. Every single one of you can make it happen. You're with the right people at the right time. We out here, shorty. Peace. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.